What to say? Mehoye Madasi, huh? Hi everybody, new name here, playing my favorite game, Watcher of Realms. Just greeting any of our Twi speaking people to the channel today. And they come from Ghana. If you're not familiar, if you did watch World Cup maybe 20 years ago, the Ghana Black Stars were like the Cinderella team and they hosted the tournament. People had those blue Vuvuzela trumpets in the stands, okay? So Twi, TWI is the native language, one of them from Ghana. In Watcher of Realms country today, though, it's day 22 on the free to play series for sign in. And I've collected, I forgot to wait for the video. I'm sure it doesn't really matter, okay? But in the faction trials today, I picked up 8 more stars on Esotericist. So I was able to collect this legendary summoning crystal for tomorrow, which is Friday. The problem I have here, I don't have a defender. So I couldn't get the 3-star stipulation you'll see here on the top right corner. Okay. I think that's okay. This one isn't okay. Having 2 healers that you need to deploy to 3-star a stage when there's only 3 healers in the entire faction and they're all legendaries. That's a little too thick of a gate in my opinion. Maybe I'm incorrect. Maybe we complete faction trials way too quick if they had an epic esotericist healer. Anyways, I'm certain I'll get a few stars tomorrow on Watchers and Trial of Nightmare here. So I'll be progressing along fairly quickly, okay, in the faction trial. And also, I don't know if you can see it clear or whatever, but I'm stage 7 farming the basic trial as well. So in my Pantheon on day 22, I'm at level 101. So all these stats on this side, if you don't know, those green numbers, on any hero you deploy anywhere in the game. Anybody. It doesn't matter who they are or where they are. If they get deployed on the map, they get 16% rage regen increase. They get that 11.5 for HP. This is why the Pantheon, it's free. It only happens once every day. Every day they switch to which faction you can acquire. Like the Piercer opens up, you can only do it on that day, then you got to wait again. So I say you might as well get into the habit early, and you'll start seeing the benefit of that. By the time you're ready to jump into the mid game, which I'm fairly close by doing GR3-18s, you should have at least a 60 in the Pantheon. I'm not saying you need to be like me, obsessed and get 101 on day 22, but if it's possible, I say, why not? It's just like compound interest. The sooner you start compiling assets, the bigger the dividends and the sooner they come getting bigger. Okay. So in the heroes here, I picked up Razak, if you didn't see in yesterday's video, for the Vanquisher. When you clear, you only have to 1-star. It even works with a friend assist. I didn't use it, but if you have to, it still counts. You 1-star clear all GR18's, and you'll get a Vanquisher and a free legendary. Mine was Razak. So starting after this video, all my stamina will be spent getting him his 6-star promotion. No matter how long it takes me to pick up these 2 mythic extracts that I need while farming these insignias, that's what I will do. I will hard focus that until I get him his 6-star. Because you're seeing this stat bonus here of giving him 450 attack, okay? If you take a look, that's like 12%, 13% of his total attack you're getting just for adding that last promotion, which is huge because this will bump it up to almost 13k attack on a 22-day-old account. That's pretty good for fish face here, okay? So today's video, though, the focus of it will be how easy it is once you set up your autos to use the wonderful guild swap feature of this game. And I'm going to show you all 3 of my GR8-18 autos for the free-to-play. We'll go through the gear at the end. I've already got the gear on that's required to my knowledge because I hop around to the main account, so I forget sometimes. I've swapped stuff out trying the new Codex boss, which is fun, that tank one. So if you want to start a timer for yourself, I'm about to begin now. Gear 8-3, stage 18 today because of Razak. I was able to put it on a pretty smooth run. Okay, that it's not the fastest that it could be. It's off by about 2 seconds, but I pushed in the Gear 319 for about an hour trying today, and I can get the boss to 19% HP. So I'm pretty close to getting a 19 done. If you get Gear 3 stage 19 done first, the rest of your journey is going to be smooth sailing. So you'll see I have my Idril here, and she's got a Spirit Siphon, that's the icon, and an Idril's Gaze on Lunera. Now I can put my Allura over here to help assist. Whenever those exploding bum bugs come out, Allura's on them now as well. And when she hits with her ultimate, it splashes to the boss. So Kai, if you're not familiar, Kai is a maniac. He's not even in my best gear. He's not even in a good artifact. And he's taking care of that side, no problem. And Fishface here, Razak has my other Idril's Gaze. And if you see him here, he doesn't have much in his skill ups either. But look at these sides. Just boom. Day 22, free to play. We need a little help, Idril. Can you help with it? There you go, girl. So I have Constance down here launching out her Statue of Liberty disco ball stance here. It's giving a slight amount of attack to the heroes within here. Okay. You can't stack inspirations. You can't run Dolores and Narvi and a bunch of inspirations all at once. They don't stack. The highest one goes over the low one. So before Constance runs out, I just throw Dolores on a little early. So Idril is always attacking with as much. Oh, that's cool. Some faction war stuff. This is decent. This is a decent set to start with a proper. I want attack bonus and I definitely want crit rate. I was looking for attack speed. Hopefully it didn't come, but I will roll this to 12. If you can get this wisdom set early and put it on a hero, it's pretty good. So if we look at the overall stats here, Idril's no longer going to be the champion because she doesn't help the sides anymore. The two 6-star legendary heroes of mine that I've been fortunate to pull the AoE guys, they take care of that for me, okay? And you'll see here, like, nobody else really, they're just there now that the auto is set up, all right? So we have to do GR2 stage 18 next. I'm just going to go the opposite way there. We'll count down, okay? We'll descend in the numbers. So to make sure, I bring my Valkyra. So you'll see Valkyra is naked. So I better put stuff on her because that sand burns the flesh. And I always swap the same sets like early to make it easy. So Kai and Valkyra share a set. So it's easy for the swap. I did 2 clicks and Valkyria is ready to rock and roll. Okay. Then I use Comet. It doesn't really matter what gear I stick on my Comet. He's going to be able to take care of what I need him to, but I will switch him into a single target set just because of the strong stats. Stats over sets until you get premium sets. Okay. However, my Idril comes in as well to do some other damage. All right. So again, I click Idril or tap, however your mobile device works or your tablet. But once I've clicked Idril, there's no other DPS that's coming. So I can pick whatever I want as like the best overall damage that I can find on my heroes, right? So I start going through and I'm like, well, that allure isn't as good as if I just look at the base number here, right? And then, or the green number, sorry. I'm like, oh, 10k attack for Idril. That sounds good. Razak's definitely not coming into that. So now I have my Vortex who's always geared, okay? I'm not saying it's in great gear because you see he's got 3 gold pieces, but he's always geared and ready to go. And I messed around a little. I think my Light Lock's okay. And my Lily. These are my healers. They're okay. So I'm just verifying. You don't even really have to do this if you set it up like I have. I know. I'm just showing you the process. But I know my Oleg's ready to go. I know my Constance, she's ready to go. I don't ever swap gears out of these heroes. Even this crap, like the stats, that's all I want. I wanted that HP bonus. I haven't found anything better yet to put on Constance, but it's there. So we're going to GR2 stage 18. I don't have enough to make a healer sandwich to make this happen, but I had enough to make the auto happen. And Valkyrie is a huge part of it. And you'll see in this automatic run that she reses Vortex one time. And if she doesn't do that, I don't think the run works. And this is including on Power of Dominance here. So once I 6-starred my Oleg and I got this Norse Will artifact, this stage was GG. And I'll show you the total stats at the end that Oleg will probably be third, if not fourth, of course, but he'll be third maybe in total heals at the end of it. Okay. So the important thing here is you bring 1 geared tank, Oleg, 1 geared DPS, mandatory. I brought Comet and Valkyrie as a geared DPS as well. Then you need 2 geared healers. Okay. Constance isn't a dedicated healer, but she can work as one and she's geared. and Vortex covering everybody. So you saw Lightlock was there. He was in there just to maintain the people's health enough so they don't all wipe on that first tantrum phase. And that's it. I don't need much more that's it. Once you survive that first tantrum phase, everybody's starting to you'll notice these shields from Vortex. That little tick from the storm means they need a heal. So every time they get healed, it's an overheal. So Vortex gives them a shield. So Lily's here for the fun of it, but you'll see, like, she doesn't need to be. Okay, that's power of dominance. Even with that not on, the boss melts. Okay, the hardest part of that fight is just making it to the boss. You need to have, for stage 18, like 25k HP to make sure things are okay. Let's see here at this glacier. This is a good piece. It's not the best set, and I wish, crit damage and crit rate were higher up, but I'll roll this at least to 12 just to see what that crit damage gets. And this fatality set's awesome. I don't know, heal effect with attack speed and all this HP. I could potentially put it on a healer. I'm not going to keep it. I'd rather, as you see, I'm also getting low on the gold because of all the heroes I brought up. So Oleg did 180k heal. Almost beat Lightlock, who obviously wasn't there. He did beat Lightlock, but I mean Lightlock died. Okay, but that's the North's Will artifact that makes Oleg have that ability. All right. So now we want to do Gear Raid 1 Stage 18. So I think I have to swap gear to my Raiden and my Greed. I believe they don't have any on. So since Comet is coming as a big part, I'm just going to keep the single target set on him because I know it's strong enough stat-wise for him to do his job, okay? So Allura's not coming anymore, but I'm bringing Raiden. I'm just going to swap on a set here that, again, I'm looking for that 8,500 attack. This is almost 10k. So Raiden's good to go, all right? Then Greed, I don't even think I need to worry about Greed having damage or not, but we're just going to go through the process to make sure, okay? So I think Lunera might have some decent stuff, so it's only 6,000 attack, right? It's not the best. Maybe where's Raiden here? Or Raiden, sorry, Baron has on tank gear. So I'm just going to stick on this Lunera gear for the fun of it. I think. No, this one's better. See how it's at like 7,500 attack now. He's not really there to do damage, but it's nice to have him. And I think that's it. I think that's all I need to do because Dolores and Laurel and Autumn are here. I don't have to ever. I never swap gear off of Dolores on any account I have. Dolores gets dressed in the morning and she's ready all day. And she's kind of dirty that way because she never does her laundry and she wears the same clothes every day, but we like her anyways. DJ Dolores spins the fat beats, right? So the main purpose of showing you this, though, if you're looking at this, like it's a total of maybe 10 minutes with a bunch of prattle and blather in between for gear swapping. If you just started or you're thinking of starting this game, none of that costs any currency either. It just costs that little bit of time. So once you've started establishing certain sets, you just trade them depending what content you're attempting with your heroes, okay? And I'll actually show you my auto on AMR stage 15 as well. Might as well show you all the autos that I can. And again, it's going to have to do a little bit of gear swapping because I use fighters instead of mages, all right? But you're seeing here, like, I have 6-star heroes now, and I mean, Comet with a Lord bonus, and Raiden himself does decent damage, and Valkyra, she's a beast. And I'll tell you right now, Wrath is naked, so he's not really he's just there for fun, right? I mean, who wouldn't want to stand next to Valkyra all day anyways? But you could easily just swap on a set to Wrath as well if you needed to, but it's not necessary. So I've been fortunate and I picked up 2 ultimates to go into Comet. So that's the fastest I think I've ever run that. I've never seen 3 chicken shit ballistas having to flee the field there and leave their dead buddies. But I mean, that's all 3 Gear Raid Stage 18s, Day 22 on a free to play, including the gear swaps, no editing. All right, that's the key. I want to show you as pure as possible the process that I go through. This is If this was like a rage regen or attack speed, this would be an amazing item for me. I mean, I could potentially keep this for Constance, but I'd rather not. I have the other stuff I don't need. So just in case you're curious, wow, Comet used to only do 13 million. So getting that extra 2 into his ultimate for 80% more damage, that's a big chunk, man. So AMR stage 15 on auto. Because I got that far, I was able to get GR3 stage 18 completed from being able to craft a mythic item, which is massive. So Valkyrie is good to go. I have to put something on Vladov. He's the big damage in this for me, actually. And I'm going to put the single target stuff on him because he's a single target bleeder, okay? And if you don't know, one of the first artifacts I ever made, regardless of mythic or not, was this Scarlet Hunt, just before I fused him from the fragment. So it was perfect. And if you're looking here, he's got one measly skill up in there, okay? So Wrath needs his gear as well, to my knowledge. It'd probably help my run go a little smoother if Wrath was able to smack a little bit. And I think, I'm not 100% positive, but I think my Volca will be able to sustain herself up top. So if you want to see another quicker way to narrow down your search, if you don't know, I hit the rarity here, and I'm going to hit the sword, meaning fighters. So now it's going to show all the fighters that I have, okay? And that'll help you as well in the process of doing your gear swaps. And it's this quick, man. You know, if you minus the distracted nature of recording a video trying to do this stuff, you'll see how quick for your own account you can actually, swap through items and how much time it actually saves you and frustration by just swapping gear. When you want to tackle something new that you haven't completed before, gear set swapping becomes mandatory. If not an entire set, just start picking through items so that you can be like, this is the best possible build I can make for the best hero I have for what I'm about to tackle. And the same thing happened here, as you're about to see from my AMR stage 15. This is a big stage. It's not, 18 obviously, but on any account, when you can start getting into the 15 and 16 of AMR, it's worth it to spend a couple thousand stamina once a week in here now, because this will help you progress getting a good artifact leveled faster than a single piece of gear made. And this artifact that comes from here, okay, it's a gamble what you get, yes, but it's guaranteed to give you something. You're always going to get to be able to sell it if you don't need it for mithril, or you do need it and you can use it to promote one that's already good. But you'll see here, like this is nothing. Okay. Once you get the power of dominance for this, it's good night Irene here. All right. I might even be able to do it now without vortex on this tile because of my 6-star Oleg and the North Will. So let's take a quick look at the stats again. I'm curious. I don't know how much what's his name Oleg would have healed for. So Oleg healed for 70,000. That's not bad. He did, almost 25. He did about 22% of the healing that Vortex did. And Ole can only heal when his shield breaks. So all these other healing numbers, that's just because of Volca. Okay. And Oleg, he had a little bit of help as well. So tomorrow is a Friday. I have one divine. I have one ancient summon, which I'm going to use as well, because who doesn't want to pull something good from ancients? And I don't think I have. So that's all I would have for tomorrow. So you'll tune in for Orange Glad it's Friday, and I'll have at least 2 summons. Maybe I'll get another orange. And let's see here. Let's do a quick recap. So on day 22, there's 9 legendaries on this free-to-play account. Volca you earn, anybody can earn from storyline, okay? And the Vanquisher gave me this one. So I've been very fortunate. I'm under 700 summons, okay? But you start looking at my 6 stars. I have 6 Lego 6 stars at the top. Then I have 5 more down here in Vortex, Oleg, Idril, Lunera, and Raiden. So that's another key to the rapid progress, is to 6-star your hero. People ask, how are you at level 55 already? How did you do that? Because the vast majority of my resources spent on farming experience, farming promotions. And the stronger you train your soldiers, the easier the new battles become. So just to verify, I'm curious myself here. If we go into development, you can do this obviously on your own account, but let's see how much total experience I've actually farmed on this account since I've begun here. Oh, I'm halfway to filthy rich. So you'll see I'm at almost 35 or 34 million experience farm on day 22. Eventually, I need the gear over the heroes. And that's where I am now. I've got all the heroes I need to get rid of gear raids 19. I need gear to do that now. Hopefully this series is inspiring you to stay with the game. It's a wonderful game. They keep releasing new content. This was New Name playing my favorite game, Watcher of Realms. Take care.